Hey, if you don't have any time or desire to do a lot of prep if you're running a game, have I got a book for you. Stick around. Hi folks, Old Man Grognard here, and I want to review a book that has just helped me immeasurably, and it's great for the DM who doesn't have a lot of time or the inclination to do a lot of prep work. And it's called The Lazy Dungeon Master. It's written by Michael E. Shea, writing as Flourish. That's his pen name, I guess, or his internet name. And here's the book. It's on PDF, and you can get a printout like I did. And it's not very thick, but boy, has it got a lot of good stuff in it. It was an eye-opener for me as far as prep goes. On most games, it's cut my prep down to 1 hour, pretty much. Now, you know, your results may vary, but he just starts right out in the second chapter, opening with a quote by Mike Merles, who basically says that practically you may use, what does it say here? Of all the prep you do, maybe 10% will actually come into play, which is true. Now, there is nothing wrong with you wanting to elaborate on your world, but this book tells you to, you know, just cut through it, find out what's essential for things, and, you know, prep that. Now, he's got a lot of good information in here, but you gotta kind of, I mean, if you're the kind of DM that can fly with it, like me, fly by the seat of his pants, improv, ad lib, whatever, it works better. But it shows you how to, whether you can or not, it shows you how to prep. It stresses, like I said, just the essentials. It starts out with stuff like, okay, you're in an area, you're in a town. Pick 3 things about the town you like that are noteworthy about the town. Pick at least 3 NPCs they should interact with. Think of 3 story hooks. It goes a lot on 3s, and he has like 3 NPCs, 3 villains, 3 enemy NPCs. These are for character-driven stories, and improvise the secondaries. I do that all the time. You can rotate them in or out. You tie PCs to the story somehow, but it shows you how to do that. Also, keeping the end in sight, because keeping the end in sight is something you should think about. I mean, even if you don't have a specific ending, what I like to do is say, I got a good idea. And I do some of the things in his book, and the end in sight would be, okay, I want it to end this way. And when I say this way, I mean, sometimes I have a scene in my head, but I also know in the back of my mind that that scene may not come to pass the way I see it in here. But that's okay, because again, the game happens not at the prep, but at the table. So keeping the end in sight, to me, it's the journey. It's how you get there that's interesting. And if you've got these, these points that he says in this book, it makes it a lot easier, because you can tie it back to the things you've already come up with in the book. And you're not sitting there just fussing over towns and NPCs and areas and things like that, which you can do. But I mean, that's not the point of prepping for a game. The point of prepping for a game is to prep for the game, not to prep this whole world that the PCs may see 10% of. There's a lot of things that DMs and GMs do that is just busy work, make work. Like, what's the coinage of this realm? Well, unless they're going to that realm and fighting or doing whatever they're going to do and get coin from that realm, it may come up, but I call it trivia stuff. If it comes up as a plot point, great, but it's trivia stuff. You just keep it basically and you hit pocket. All the stuff you keep in your hip pocket and concentrate on what's going on. And that's what this book helps you do. This guy is a very good writer. He talks about frameworks. He talks about delegation. Like I say, and the book is laid out very well. It's very clear, very concise, good font. 1 or 2 column page layout. And it says, it says a lot of good things. Take what works and get rid of what doesn't. And it also comes with what they call in the back. There's a lazy Dungeon Master toolkit where he gives you 20 adventure locations, 20 adventure seeds, 20 movie inspired plots, 20 fantasy names, NPC. They're all this 20 lists. And then he took this survey of Dungeon Masters that he had in the back, the questions he ran and asked and got back, and then basically experienced Dungeon Masters answer the questions to find out what they do. So it's a very well-rounded book. It's very inexpensive. I think it's that's $10 plus $4 shipping right there, And the PDF is something like $3.99. So it's worth your while to have it in your arsenal. Like I said, it opened this and a couple of things on the web that I read opened my eyes about GMing, and it's a lot easier now, and especially prep, because I know how much to prep, what to concentrate on, and I cannot recommend this book more highly. I can't recommend it highly enough in my own unique way. And that's the review, and go out and get it. I'll have links down there, or at least one link down there where you can get it to Flourish's website. And until next time, game on and bye-bye.